Gucci Man and Jeezy are doing a versus battle.
I heard that. I didn't believe it at first.
Yeah, it's official. So at first, I believe it was supposed to be T.I. and Jeezy who was supposed to be doing one.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
It was Gucci and Jeezy.
I know Gucci declined it at first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what happened was Gucci respectfully declined it. They said it.
Yeah.
And that's actually what Jeezy said. But I don't, I know Gucci is holding a strong grudge, or because every interview I've been seeing, when Jeezy's name was mentioned, it was still some hard feelings, which you can understand.
Yeah,
but evidently, I heard they came to a conversation and had a conversation on working on how to navigate around each other without being on the beefness.
Right.
So, pause. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I just it'd be great for the culture.
Yeah, I think it would be great, especially
it'd be
for the
great.
South.
I think it'd be one of the biggest. Yeah. I think they know that because everybody know that they didn't get on with each other.
They did it for years,
and they started out with each other.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Yeah, but
they gotta, and if they do it, which is going down, they gotta close it out with Icy.
Icy. So Icy.
They both got it. They gotta close it out with Icy
for sure. Yeah. You think from them doing this, you think they would ever, make a song?
You never know, because now Gucci's in a comfortable place and Jeezy in a comfortable place. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know, man, because, sometimes you hear stories about guys that they're good friends now, but they'll tell you, I had beef with him. We used to shoot at each other.
Right.
But he caught a body with that situation.
Yeah, he did.
And, but it might not have been somebody, a friend of Jeezy.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't.
Yeah, I was seeing that a lot of people on social media were saying, like, how could Jeezy do that when someone, died behind that?
That might not have been. It might have just been a ticket up in the air.
Yeah.
Could
have been. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not from Atlanta, but I do know that sometimes some people let go, some do, some forgive, some don't.
Yeah.
So maybe they came to a place now that they can make music with each other. I think they're gonna make music. Who knows? They might got some music going on. If they done it this far,
yeah,
they had to have some type of conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not gonna say I'm gonna go verse my man, and
Yeah, I mean it's the same situation, similar situation to 50 in the game. They came together to squash their beef, but it's not like they're not buddy no more. So I don't know if Gucci and Jeezy would be the same thing.
Yeah, I heard about that. I remember that. That was kind of
because Gucci and 50, 50 and the game went through the same similar situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully they do. It will be big for the rap game, and for as Atlanta's wide, that would be great. But who would you think would get the best out of the versus battle? Who will win? Who do you think got more hits?
No, it's two different things, man. You got Gucci is the hood trap. Jeezy is the trap star. And but Gucci is he's the epitome of Atlanta trap music.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. You know what I mean? Because when he came out, he didn't get a lot of radio.
That's
he
true.
was underground, and then they started bubbling. Yeah, and he got and he was underground. He was kind of like independent with a couple of joint ventures. But who knows? But I do know this. He got some on his belt.
So you think Gucci will win?
I'm not saying that because they're two different artists to me.
Yeah, but I mean
they're trap artists, but one is mainstream, one is underground.
You still think okay? So you think I still far as
Gucci just became really mainstream to me, my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people from Atlanta will have a different outlook on it. But as for like the Midwest and other states, I would say Gucci's been
for us being here. We got to see it because I didn't.
Jeezy pops in Detroit though. Everybody loved Jeezy. Everybody loved Jeezy in Detroit.
Yeah, but we different though.
Yeah,
we different in a lot of states because we was doing that rap before anybody was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We was doing it before anybody doing it. So I don't know. We didn't get it. We didn't get no play off of it. And the rappers have been rapping like that since the 80s.
So
that's why people love Dope Boys and our rap now because they figuring, they come off the branch of Jeezy, but if they do the research, Detroit rappers always been street rapping like that. When everybody else was doing it their way, it was only probably like, I think Scarface, quite a few other rappers in the South was kicking that street life about really getting it in.
Doing that, yeah. So you got Gucci. You're leaning towards Gucci for the versus battle.
I don't know, man, because Jeezy got some. But what I'm saying is,
who's been out longer? Jeezy? Has Jeezy been out longer?
No,
I think Jeezy's been out longer. Jeezy came out early 2000s.
Yeah, I think what's name was out. Gucci was out first.
I think it was Jeezy.
I think Gucci.
Let us know in the comments though, for sure.
I think Gucci was out first. I think Gucci was out for a while. Yeah, he was out a while for a while.
And then Gucci, Gucci got locked up for a while as well.
That's what I'm saying, and that's where he
couldn't prevail as much. I know. I feel like once he came out of jail, he came to his higher. I want to say that's when he became like a really mainstream artist when he got out of jail. Before he went to jail, he had a buzz as well. He had a good buzz going, but I feel like as soon as he got out and he was doing a collabs with Drake and Bruno Mars and stuff, that took him to a whole nother level.
I think Jeezy and T.I. should have went together.
Yeah, whatever happened to that?
Because they're more on the same as of two popular artists, popular trap music, right?
Yeah.
Now, if he was alive, Gucci could have went up to me with Shawty Low.
Yeah, that's true. Get Shawty out.
But I'm just saying, but a street rapper that's
I got what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? On that level, that's just my opinion. Everybody else could be different, but that's how I looked at him. I always looked at Gucci, Shawty Low, and quite a few of them boys from the South that bubbled in that little ground. They was on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Juice Man, who else?
He got a lot of artists down there.
No, I'm talking about back when they was out.
Oh, when they first came out?
Because there wasn't too many rappers that were just out doing it like that. I can't think of it now, but I'm saying, but Jet, they was the only one that you could say, hey, these guys was doing it since
Juice
back
Man's
then.
Funny. Yeah. But let us know in the comments who do you think will win this versus battle. I believe the battle is supposed to take place on Thursday, so everybody should be tuning in. We're going to tune in, obviously. I think it's going to be a good thing for hip-hop as well because, a lot of people wanted this to happen for years and years to come. I never thought Gucci and Jeezy would ever make up.
This is going to blow.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the big. I thought the DMX and Snoop, which I thought that shouldn't have been the battle. I think Snoop should have went as an artist. I told nobody. Do you remember when I did it? We did one of the Snoop videos, and I told them the dopest. Actually, the artist right now that has the longevity, who's the king of the rap right now, was Snoop. And everybody, I think in the comments was like, nah, Snoop this. But you tell me who's been dropping since 92 all the way to now.
You could. I get what you're saying.
No Jay.
Consistency.
But that's what the king does.
Snoop.
He's constantly putting out products. He's constantly staying relevant.
Yeah.
And we're not saying the best music, the dope music, but guess what? He get a hit at least once a year.
Yeah.
That's hard for a lot of guys to do.
That's true. Snoop is consistent, and not just with music, anything.
And not just with one mainstream. I'm talking about if it's pop, if it's street, if it's whatever, he fits in on it.
Yeah.
He's the only rapper to do a reggae, rap, gospel.
You did a gospel thing?
Just hold on, just check it out. What kind of artist he is,
okay.
Right? Just pay attention. The guy is a well-rounded artist. He's touching everything. That's what kings do. Now, we're not saying the dopest rapper, the dopest lyricist. We're saying as what Snoop does what he do, or do what he do. He's the king of the rap right now.
Yeah.
Because he's been out, his longevity gives him that. His the body of work, right? And that was the problem people had with Wack, what he was saying about a lot of other things. And Wack had it right. You know what I mean? A lot, you know what I'm saying? A lot of time he can be flamboyant and rude. You might think he's rude about it, but what he's saying is, in order to be the king, and he just, because remember people were coming out and saying, I'm the king, and they got one album out. You really have to define as a king and about the body of work he put out.
Right.
And it's not Snoop out the only one that's putting out body of work that's hitting mainstream and is consistent. And every year or 6 months, he's dropping another product. If he on somebody in his new stuff, he's dealing with the youth. He's working in the Bay Area. He's working over here and everywhere you name. If they got a hot track for him, and Snoop is getting on it, and he's blessing it.
Yep.
Right. And Nas is now starting to be productive more because the last 2 years he's been dropping products.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's it. But nobody else can call themselves. They can call themselves the king, but your body of work got to explain itself.
As far as king, do you think T.I. is the king of the South over the Jeezy or Gucci? You think T.I. is the the main person from the South where he can label himself as the king?
He's putting out product, but I don't know if you know this because you're young, but when you say the king of the South, right? As putting out, I can't contradict myself, so I don't know right now who really is putting out. The king had been putting stuff out since back then.
I mean, I would say Gucci has been consistent since he he been locked up for a few years, but as far as music wise, I think Gucci might have the biggest catalog from the South because he has a lot of mixtapes, a lot of albums. But as far as I want to say mainstream, popular songs, I went through T.I.'s catalog the other day and he has a lot of hits.
T.I.?
T.I. has a lot of hits.
Yeah.
I forgot about that,
Yeah.
I used to hear on the radio as a kid, and you go back and wow, T.I. made that. Yeah. He has a lot of hits.
So what I don't know who, if what you were saying earlier, I think he took it early. Remember he said he was a king when he probably out his first album.
Yeah.
And he said he was a king. I said that's what he said. But when you start thinking of the South, we got out about us being a little older. We look at Face lyrically, right? Then we look at Luke Skywalker. And we look at a lot of other artists that come from these little small places, but they was consistent. They was great MCs, right? But to me, Outkast will always be named the greatest because they was lyrically, they had it all.
Yeah, they were lyrically, but I would say who they gave light on the South. But as far as T.I. and Gucci and Jeezy, I feel like they were the kind of the pioneers to making the South what it is today, as far as how prominent the South music
the trap
right
sound.
Now.
Yeah, okay.
They brought
I give you that.
They brought that. Into
I can give you that in that trap sound. Yeah, I give you that.
Yeah, but that's that. Make sure you guys tune into the Jeezy versus Gucci. I'm leaning towards. I'm in the middle really. I like a lot of Gucci.
I'm not picking no sides. I just want to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I want to see how it goes. I want to see the vibrations of the brothers.
Yeah.
To see how much they've grown and how much you just watch the show to say, damn, they done it. Because it reminded me back in the day when I was younger, when I seen EPMD break up and then they got back together. You was like, oh, that's dope. Or who else? It was a lot of groups like Guy when they got back together. You know what I'm saying? And you want to, then that's what the fans want to see.
That's true. Yeah.
You want to see these artists get back together to say, hey, look, at least for the, and that's why you hear a lot of times say, do it for the fans.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the main reason they're probably getting together doing it.
Yeah.
Business wise makes sense too,